As the sun rises over Compton, California, the city breathes a familiar rhythm, a pulse that echoes through its streets, its history, and its people. This is where our story begins, in a place where the realities of life often shadow dreams in one of America's most notorious neighborhoods. But from these streets, a voice would emerge that would rise above the noise and speak to the world.
I don't know, but you best to call a doctor. I make sure them rookie medical surgeons can opt for. Braid on you, pistol whip and break the face on you. Shit, I does it my way like Sinatra. I let them infrareds down mission, dot you, scope and spot you. Move on and I...
How does a young boy, born into the chaos of gang culture and economic hardship, rise to become not just a rapper, but a poet for the people, a modern-day griot who speaks truth to power? How does he navigate the perilous journey from the rough corners of Compton to the bright lights of global fame? This is the story of Kendrick Lamar, a tale of perseverance, talent, and a relentless pursuit of purpose. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the key moments that shaped Kendrick's rise, the childhood experiences that honed his storytelling, his breakout with Top Dawg Entertainment, and the formation of Black Hippy, a collective that would redefine West Coast hip-hop. We'll dive deep into his cultural impact, examining how he became the voice of a generation, unafraid to confront issues of race, identity, and inequality. And yes, we'll unravel the layers of his ongoing feud with one of the biggest names in music today, Drake, but that's just the beginning. Kendrick Lamar's story resonates far beyond the realm of music. It's a story that speaks to anyone who's ever had a dream, anyone who's ever felt the weight of the world on their shoulders, and anyone who's ever wanted to change their circumstances. So sit back, stay tuned, and prepare to witness the evolution of a global icon, an artist whose influence stretches from the streets of Compton to the farthest corners of the world. Kendrick Lamar, a name that will echo through the annals of music history. But how did he get here? And where is he headed next? The answers lie in the story you're about to see. This is the story of Kendrick Lamar, from Compton to global icon. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born on June 17, 1987, in Compton, California. But his story begins even earlier, rooted in the tough streets of Southside Chicago. His parents, Kenny Duckworth and Paula Oliver, had dreams of escaping the gang-infested neighborhoods of Chicago for a better life on the West Coast. They hoped Compton would offer a fresh start, a place where they could raise their firstborn son away from the violence that plagued their hometown. But as they settled into Compton, they quickly realized that the challenges they had fled were waiting for them in their new home. Compton in the late 80s was a city under siege, caught in the crossfire of gang violence, with the Bloods and Crips vying for control and the crack epidemic spreading like wildfire. This was the world Kendrick was born into, a world where survival often came at the cost of innocence.
Gangster. And BGs? BGs is baby gangsters. Baby gangsters. Baby gangsters. Call us BGs. Now you're proud of the fact that you're in the gang. From Limehood, yeah. From Limehood, but you're proud of the fact that you're Blood. Yeah. Why is that? Why? Yeah. Because I'm down. I'm down for it. Because I'm a true. I come from the heart. But why? Why be in a gang? What's in it for you? What's in it? I mean, you can get killed, right? Yeah. Well, you mean some of your friends been killed? Yeah. So. For a simple cause. What's the simple cause? Of being a Blood. Going down with the Bloods. That's how we feel. We die, it's like we go kill one of them. One of them die, because they down for it, they'll get took out. And then guess what happens after one of them die? And they come back. And then it's a feud until they don't want no more, until everybody just drop it. But ain't nobody gonna drop it. You're willing to die for whatever this cause is? If that's what it takes. Yeah, I'm not saying you want to, I'm saying you will. No, I don't want to. But if somebody riled up on me and take me out, I guess it was my time to go like that. But ain't nobody did it yet, so I guess it ain't my time to go. How old are you? I'm 17. Other than that, it ain't no difference at all.
See, I'm telling you now, don't be crazy. I tell you about my homeboy's name was Avery. He was standing on the corner. The crowds rolled by, the crowds rolled out, but I don't know why. You see, he stood there because he thought it was a climb. They rolled out his name and they said, let's try. They pulled out the gat and they pulled the trigger, but Avery looked back and his eyes got bigger.
Growing up in Compton during the 1990s was like walking a tightrope. One misstep and you could fall into a life of violence, crime, or worse. For young Kendrick, this reality was inescapable. He witnessed it firsthand. The gang wars, the drug deals on the corner, the sound of gunshots echoing through the night. But even during this chaos, there was a sense of community, a sense of pride in surviving another day.
Well, one young woman spoke lightly of her loyalty to the Crips gang and their murder of members of rival gangs.
Like the Crips, but it's just the slobs that got to go.
I don't understand. It's the what?
The slobs, the Pyrus.
What's the Pyrus?
That's the other ones, the ones that we killing.
Kendrick's parents did everything they could to protect him from the dangers lurking just outside their front door. They knew the streets had a way of pulling you in, of swallowing you whole if you weren't careful. So they kept Kendrick close, nurturing his curiosity, his intelligence, and most importantly, his sense of self. In a city where many young lives were cut short, Kendrick was determined to be different. But the streets of Compton had a way of seeping into your soul, whether you wanted them to or not. Kendrick would later reflect on how these early experiences, both the beauty and the brutality, shaped his worldview, giving him a perspective that would inform his music for years to come. In school, Kendrick stood out, not just for his intelligence but for his quiet determination. He excelled academically, a sharp contrast to the chaos outside the classroom walls. But even in this seemingly safe environment, the harsh realities of life in Compton were never far away. Kendrick saw classmates fall into the traps of gang life, victims of a cycle they were powerless to escape. While others were drawn into the streets, Kendrick found refuge in words. He spent hours in the library, diving into books, poetry, and eventually rap lyrics. The written word became his escape, his weapon, his way of making sense of the world around him. It was during these formative years that Kendrick's talent for storytelling began to emerge, hinting at the lyrical powerhouse he would one day become. He started writing, poems at first, then lyrics. In the quiet of his room, away from the noise of the streets, Kendrick began to craft the stories that would one day captivate the world. He wasn't just writing about his life, he was writing for his life. Each verse, each rhyme, was a step closer to the man he would become.
On your love video shoot, Tupac and Dre. My pops seen them first. They was coming from the Compton swap meet, and they was in Bentleys, you know, driving down, and he spotted them. My house was like 2 minutes away. He went and got me. By the time he brought me out, sea of people, man, they was watching him. You know, Pac was right there. He was in the passenger seat, Dre was driving. A whole lot of police escorts, Pac yelling at the police, making sure they don't scratch the front of his car. I didn't know back then I was gonna be a rapper. I wanted to play basketball like every other kid, wanted to be like Jordan. But now that I'm here, I think that very moment always played back in my memory some way, somehow. And through design, it led up to me being an artist and being a rapper. I was influenced out there, and I'm sure a lot of them other kids was influenced out there. Not just to be a rapper, but, you know, some of them may became doctors and, you know, lawyers or whatever, you know, feel is successful. The main thing they played was gangster rap and oldies. That's my main influence. Anything on the West Coast, from DJ Quick, Easy, to Dre, to the Dog Pound, Tupac, going back, you know, to the oldies. They just flip all the way to the Isley Brothers, Temptations, Luther Vandross, Marvin Gaye.
How did I decide? Really just listen to music in my household my whole life. It came to that point where I just felt like I wanted to do it too. And the first time I heard my voice play back through the speakers, I was addicted, so that was it.
Kendrick's love for music was born out of his parents' record collection, a treasure trove of soul, funk, and R&B. The sounds of Marvin Gaye, Curtis Mayfield, and Parliament Funkadelic filled his home, laying the foundation for the musical journey he would soon embark on. But it wasn't until he witnessed something extraordinary that his passion for music truly ignited. It was 1995, and Compton was buzzing. Tupac and Dr. Dre were in town, filming the music video for California Love. For an 8-year-old Kendrick, it was a moment that changed everything. Watching Tupac, his idol, command the screen with such power and charisma, Kendrick felt a spark ignite within him. This was what he wanted to do. This was who he wanted to be. As he delved deeper into the world of hip-hop, Kendrick found inspiration in the greats, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z. These were the voices that spoke to him, that showed him the power of storytelling through music. And so, Kendrick began to write, not just for himself, but for the world he wanted to create. A world where his voice, his truth, would resonate far beyond the streets of Compton. Little did he know, the words he was scribbling down in that worn-out notebook would one day echo across the globe. But for now, Kendrick was just a kid with a dream that would soon become a reality as he embarked on the journey from Compton to global icon.
All of y'all motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My phone make sure all y'all kids don't grow. You motherfuckers can't be us or see us. We motherfucking thug life riders, west side till we die. Out here in California, nigga, we born you, we'll bomb on you motherfuckers. We do our job. You think you mom, nigga, we the motherfucking mom. Ain't nothing but killers and real niggas, all you motherfuckers feelers. Our shits go triple and 4 quadruple. You niggas laugh cause our staff got guns in they motherfuckers' belts. You know how it is when we drop records, they felt. You niggas can't feel it. We the realest. Fuck 'em. We bad boy killers.
In the early 2000s, a young Kendrick Lamar was beginning to carve out a name for himself in the streets of Compton. But back then, he wasn't Kendrick Lamar. He was K-Dot. The name K-Dot became his alter ego, a persona that allowed him to channel the raw energy of his environment, to express the thoughts and experiences that weighed heavy on his mind.
Yeah, but actually you ain't accurate fucking with this music biz, the industry, like fuck it, let the music be his, no theme park. I'm not trying to amuse you kids, small shark, Johnson's here, jump in the water. Do we really fuck with President Carter? My reply is that I can't stay away from the bosses. Got the bidding war popping like an auction. 5 or 10 labels like what he hitting for, 7 zeros or more. Remember having Aftermath sitting on my door. Money in front of me, I couldn't open the door.
Come on, we got some more. Next, right here. Yo. Boom, that's that. Lady on his flat back. He talking like that, Jack.
Spitting about crack, but never been about that. I'm real with this rap, I'm just speaking the facts. Rapping some niggas whack, you're telling something they lack, so gather your whole pack, I'm taking them off the rack. My pockets is getting fat, niggas' pockets they stand flat, so I'ma just holler back. They rocking the Chinese J's, but niggas ain't getting paid in the spot like they a slave 12 hours just for some change. Man, this shit is shame. When the feds come, who you gonna blame? Young Dusty learning the game, you niggas should do the same and go as fast as it came. Because passing me, you ain't gonna see. I go bar for bar and beef. You was just a target beat, so just call me Muhammad Ali. Easy shit be hard to do. Easy for me and hard for you. I'm leaving you with the storm crew. Pick up a bra about 3 or 2. Life is like a puzzle, but my level is some trouble, man. You gotta use your muscle. In the hood, I had to tussle. Man, I'm moving to the shock. Dusty hot, but man, you not. Nigga steady talking rocks, but barely looking in the spot. Go. Let's go. Straight out the projects.
Look at that nigga, man.
I'm so far ahead of my time, I got people 5 years from now pressing rewind. I'm hardly impressed with y'all, I hate rappers. Where the true artists at? If it ain't a good picture you draw, don't bring it to the architect. Often you're arguing about who got next, claiming you're running the game, niggas is barely walking yet. Hopping all over beats without going through training camps. Try studying a few greats, then maybe you be one Mac. Your songwriting ain't great, your mixtapes mediocre, you recycle the same quotes, you're not switching your flow, you're flowing the same place. Don't just rap, elaborate, expand, try to be more creative perhaps. My rap friends, I ain't saying that you whack, psych. Like an invoice, I'm just stating the facts, right? And that's the metaphors I write. In fact, you've been a factor you feared your whole life. No TV show. Don't compare me with them. That's like Jaws versus Nemo, a gorilla to a chimp. A Jordan versus Cool Coach. A Tony Montana will blow on his nose to a Nino.
Yo,
I had to do one too.
checking.
As K-Dot, Kendrick dove headfirst into the world of hip-hop, honing his craft in freestyle battles at school and local venues. It was here, in these impromptu sessions, that he began to gain recognition. First as a talented kid from the block, and soon as one of Compton's rising stars. The more he rapped, the more he realized that this was his calling, his way out, and his way forward. K-Dot wasn't just a name, it was a symbol of his ambition, a declaration that he was ready to make his mark. But while the name was new, the drive and passion were the same ones that had fueled him since childhood. Kendrick was ready to tell his story, and the world was starting to listen. In 2003, at just 16 years old, K-Dot released his first mixtape, Youngest Head Nigga in Charge, Hub City Threat, Minor of the Year. It was a bold statement from a young artist, a declaration that he was ready to claim his place in the rap game. The mixtape was raw, unfiltered, and unapologetically Compton, capturing the essence of the city and the struggles that came with it. The mixtape made waves in Compton, earning K-Dot a reputation as a serious talent. It was this project that brought him to the attention of Top Dawg Entertainment, a local independent label with big ambitions. The success of Youngest Head Nigga in Charge was more than just a personal victory. It was the first step in a journey that would soon take him far beyond the streets of Compton. For Kendrick, this mixtape wasn't just a collection of songs. It was a calling card, a signal to the world that he was ready for whatever came next. And what came next would change his life forever. In 2004, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's life took a pivotal turn. He was introduced to Anthony Top Dawg Tiffith, the founder of Top Dawg Entertainment, an independent label that was quickly becoming a force in the Los Angeles hip-hop scene. TDE was more than just a label. It was a family, a collective of like-minded artists who were hungry, driven, and determined to make their mark. And K-Dot was a perfect fit. In Kendrick Lamar's song Duckworth, he reveals a deeper connection between his family and Anthony Top Dawg Tiffith, the founder of Top Dawg Entertainment. Years before Kendrick and Tiffith met in 2004, Tiffith had a run-in with Kendrick's father, Ducky, who worked at a KFC that Tiffith frequently visited. Ducky shows kindness to Tiffith by giving him free chicken, despite knowing his reputation as a dangerous man. This act of kindness likely saved Ducky's life when Tiffith considered robbing the place, but ultimately spared him. Years later, this coincidence played a crucial role in Kendrick's life when he joined TDE. Kendrick suggests that this connection was more than just chance. It was destiny. The relationship between his father and Top Dawg created a path that would eventually lead Kendrick to TDE, a pivotal move that propelled his rap career. This twist of fate, rooted in an act of kindness, highlights how destiny intertwined their lives, setting Kendrick on the path to becoming one of the greatest rappers of his generation. Signing with TDE wasn't just about getting a record deal, it was about joining a movement. Kendrick found himself surrounded by other talented artists, including J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q. Together, they formed the collective known as Black Hippy, a group that would redefine the sound of West Coast hip-hop and push each other to new heights. For Kendrick, TDE was more than just a label. It was a platform to amplify his voice, to share his truth with the world. The bond he formed with his label mates would not only influence his music, but also provide the support and inspiration he needed to evolve as an artist.
Straight out of Compton, top dog TNT/Def Jam, beginning 07 to 3000. That's my slogan.
So what you working on right now?
Working on the album, working on the mixtape, working on my man project, J-Rock, just getting it.
Okay, I've been hearing your name pop up a lot. What have you been doing, as far as getting your name out there?
These streets, man. Steady grinding in these streets, mixtapes, freestyles, hopping over everybody else's mixtapes. Probably heard me on the Cypher Gang mixtapes. Just buzzing the streets, man, keeping it low.
Okay.
The early years at TDE were a grind. Kendrick, still performing under the name K-Dot, released a series of mixtapes, each one showcasing his growth as an artist. From Training Day in 2005 to C4 in 2009, Kendrick was relentless, pouring his heart and soul into his music, determined to perfect his craft. But the road wasn't easy. As an independent artist, Kendrick had to hustle for every opportunity. He performed at small venues, sometimes to just a handful of people, and built his fan base from the ground up. It was a time of struggle, but also immense growth. With every mixtape, every performance, Kendrick was getting closer to finding his voice, the voice that would soon captivate the world. Kendrick's evolution during this period was remarkable. What started as raw, unfiltered talent was slowly transforming into something more polished, more introspective. He was no longer just rapping about the world around him. He was beginning to delve deeper into his own experiences, his truths. The struggles of the early years would lay the foundation for the music that was soon to come.
No introduction, no ad-libbing my name 100 times for nothing. You already know, it's K-Dot, City of Compton. Analogy is like Biggie and Bed-Stuy, Oakland and Tupac. I'm more focused, see I'm nothing like you new guys. Y'all struggling over a few lines, thinking you're hot cause your homie said it was a few times. Which is too many times a line to you, they telling a lie. The only time I lie in the booth is when I sleep in it. Record 24 hours, these niggas better get their bars up. See I bench press this rap stuff. Got it locked like handcuffs, I threw away the key. See my coolest on, she love my AC. Jews is on and I wish one of them try to rob me. We shoot and have them land between the sheets with the eye sleeves. We push the coupe like a high speed. The helicopters come and realize there's nothing behind us, behind me, your honor. I fuck over these beats with no condom. This ain't rap, it's really a porno, rewind it back. Finally, the finest of them all is back to define the laws of rap y'all don't obey. Y'all ain't nice, y'all just okay. You're nothing more than a Little John phrase. I'm Mike Jordan in his prime, modern day Isaac Hayes, theme song The Shaft, equivalent to the theme song of your career. Follow my craft, you ignorant? I do it without a pen in the pad, just inspiration, something you never had. My pockets is something you're trying to grab, see I pull out the rocket and peel you back like scab. You old news, you old dudes get out my way, let the young boy come through, don't mention my age. I'm on a mission for pay, and you astronaut niggas just crowded my space.
Yo, K-Dot's crazy with it, yo, bringing it with no beats on swagger, you know what I'm saying? Raw and official. There it is.
Straight out of Compton, we just smashed the stage, smashed the show. They loved it, we do it all the time. Top Dog and T, 07 to year 3000, it's our year.
Top Dog, K-Dot, swagger, it's crazy.
Like this, with a picket sign in my hand saying peace in Compton. I want a Pyro dude on the side of me, and a Crip dude on the other side of me, and they throwing their shit up. I mean, whether it's a P or a C. But the thing is, I got a black eye and I'm smiling, and all this is basically just imagery of a good kid in the M.A.A.D City. So you can see this shit, basically just a scratch and shit. I can't draw and shit. Fuck it though. You know what I mean? It'll look something like that. Got the cat from Paru right here. I'm probably had the Crip cat right here. It's not even about being affiliated. I mean, cause I got family on both sides, growing up in Compton, Crip and Paru.
So that'll basically like point the whole story out, but basically, you know, my whole story is a good kid in the M.A.A.D City, and I think if people see that, even if they didn't even ever take one listen to me, I feel that they'll get what I'm trying to say. I mean, you look at a cat in the middle of a Pyru and a Crip cat with a black eye, but still smiling, you know what I mean, it's basically saying, yeah, this is how I live. I mean, I'm still trying to do what I do, but I'm still out in the streets, you know what I mean, trying to make it, trying to do something positive with my life. But when you're growing up and you got people from both sides of the fence, say, what's the best example? One of my friends or one of my family members from Pyru, they can go do something in the Crip neighborhood from one of my families that's a Crip. Yeah. To one of their friends that they grew up with on the Crip side. So how is that going back and you knowing that your Pyru cousin just did what he did to somebody you came up with as a child, you know what I'm saying? So it's tough. Or even where I grew up on the west side of Compton, that's all Pyrus. And I got a cousin that's a Crip, and he killed one of my partners. You know what I'm saying? It's like how you function with that, like it's real, it's very awkward, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's family or everything, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy like that sometimes, because like I said, the streets are so close, the neighborhoods are so close. I mean, every square inch is a neighborhood. You can go, say like this right here, that next room will be another hood or whatnot, you know what I mean? So it's very difficult, you know what I mean? That's why my whole story is about a good kid in M.A.A.D City, because I'm looking at all this at the same time, so trying to keep it positive, you know? But it's just life, especially when you're growing up in Compton. It's actually an album. I mean, I want to present this as an album at the start of knowing who I am as Kendrick Lamar.
That's why you changed the name to Kendrick Lamar like that. For those who don't know,
you know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? Like I said, when you look at K-Dot, this person that just want to rap, just show you that he got bars or whatnot. But this is actually my story, this is my life. I want you to know this. So I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about that topic right there where, you know what I mean?
Like
interests, family on both sides, going at it. Talking about peer pressure, not just with friends though, but peer like pressure in the streets, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When I say pressure in the streets, I mean you walking or going somewhere and somebody step to you and be like, hey, where you from? And you say something, I don't bang. You think that's the end of it. No, it's not. They go test you now because they go feel you a punk. And you go do what you got to do. You know what I mean? They might jump you with 6, 7 cats or whatever. But the action of that, you getting jumped by 6, 7 cats, now you got hate in your heart. Now you want to go do something. You know what I mean? And that's the type of pressure I mean when I say city pressure. That's what I'm basically talking about. It's city pressure, you know what I mean? It's a mad city. You make you do things that you weren't familiar with, now you're familiar with because you gotta go do it. I'm talking about that, I'm talking about broken homes. As far as why it's like that in the city, because of no fathers.
As the years passed, in 2009, Kendrick began to feel the limitations of the K-Dot persona. It had served its purpose, allowing him to navigate the early stages of his career. But now, Kendrick was ready for something deeper, something more personal. He was ready to show the world who he was, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. In 2009, Kendrick made the bold decision to drop the K-Dot moniker and start performing under his real name, Kendrick Lamar. It wasn't just a name change, it was a shift in perspective, a move towards authenticity and introspection. With the Kendrick Lamar EP, he introduced a more mature sound, a deeper, more reflective style that resonated with a broader audience. The EP marked a turning point, not just in Kendrick's career, but in his identity as an artist. Kendrick Lamar was no longer just another rapper from Compton. He was an artist on the rise, a storyteller with a message that demanded to be heard. The journey from K-Dot to Kendrick Lamar was complete, setting the stage for the next chapter in his extraordinary career.
I mean, and it actually starts right here, to know the ground root of everything, just to know who I am as a person. Why not start with the name changing and whatnot. So just want to basically give y'all me for the first tape we put out, actually an EP, so stay tuned.
My life is likely to see great endeavors, but I can't win if I can't get it together. What I gotta do,
It's 16 ounces to every pound, so shit is about to go down. Got 64 of them, that's 4 of them. Smoke something, burn it down, but shit is 4 for a pound. Yeah, I need cream, that's equivalent to a 16. See, when I'm rapping, I'm trapping. Wasn't really good with subtracting, I'm steady adding, this is just a fraction. Blunt matching after matching, matching after matching, all by myself. Ask Michael Phelps.
Time coming. My new Rambo. I remember Rambo when that first started getting dropped. Nah, first off, man, on some real shit. Real shit, I really fucking appreciate y'all, man, for coming out and just supporting me and my movement, man, and knowing good music overall. You know what I mean? This shit is amazing to me, man. It don't matter if it was 10 people, I'll be thanking y'all motherfuckers to death, so make some noise for y'all motherfucking self, man. I promise I'm gonna play 2 new exclusive motherfucking songs for y'all. So, the first shit is called Vanity Slave. Matter of fact, y'all familiar with Vanity Slave 1? Yeah. Yeah. Fuck with it? Well, this Vanity Slave Part 2, featuring Gucci Man on this motherfucker. Yeah. Gucci!
I swear you people don't know Kendrick. You don't know him, but you say you want some more Kendrick. I'm about to show him everything inside this human being. I'm still growing, I'm a premature baby in this crazy life that we adore. Doors on the Lamborghini. I want them, can't afford them, so I tell the squad meet to clone them. All about the bitches, word around town that I love my 26s. Word around town that I gotta stay paid. Lord, please forgive me, I'm a vanity slave.
Coach, cock and shit on my sweat, but lost my roof.
Lord, please forgive me, I'm a vanity slave.
See my automatic, that's my automatic.
Lord, please forgive me, I'm a vanity slave. Man, videos got me one pose. Appetite for flashing lights, all I can do is pose. A black male on Melrose. I should get blackmailed by my people, hell rose. Niggas that ain't had shit for 400 years. Overcompensate my over accessorize it with gear. Man, y'all don't see my vision. I do it for the love of hip-hop and the love of bitches. Am I a hypocrite? Every day I'm contradicting. I think of how I'm living, then I watch how I'm living. I know this can't be right. My conscience tell me cause they righteous. It's unlikely to see what I like and say I don't like it. Biggest dilemma, my priorities ignoring me. I wanna move accordingly, but baby steps are premature. Remember, I'm flying to the south and I'll be gone to November to see my family tree, but it's a shame I'm yelling out timber.
By 2010, the underground buzz around Kendrick Lamar grew louder, but he wasn't alone in this ascent. At Top Dog Entertainment, a powerful collective was forming, a group redefining West Coast hip-hop. Black Hippy was born, a supergroup comprised of Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q. This wasn't just a rap group, it was a brotherhood, a creative alliance that allowed each member to shine while supporting one another's solo careers. The dynamic within Black Hippy was unique. Each artist brought something different to the table. J-Rock's street-hardened realism, Ab-Soul's cerebral approach, Schoolboy Q's unpredictable energy, and Kendrick's reflective storytelling. Together, they created a sound that was both a throwback to the golden age of West Coast rap and a forward-thinking evolution of the genre. As solo artists, they were formidable, but as Black Hippy, they were unstoppable.
I'm high.
I'm too. It's 16 ounces to every pound, so shit is about to go down. Got 64 of them, that's 4 of them. Smoke something, burn it down, but shit is 4 for a pound. Yeah, I need cream, that's equivalent to a 16. See, when I'm rapping, I'm trapping.
Yeah.
Wasn't really good with subtracting, I'm steady adding, this is just a fraction. Blunt matching after matching, matching after matching, all by myself. Ask Michael Phelps. Bean pies in Philadelphia. Cheese steaks on the menu. Projects right across from the venue. After the show, I went outside and mingled. Feeling safe with the homie named God is great.
Elijah Muhammad the 8th. The Muslim on me told me he's straight. Slid him a dub in a demo tape. Penetrate the streets with the heat light. Beef from a member, global warming in December. Bathe in the sun wave, that's how the kids raised. So a burner ain't nothing. Shoot him in his back for cold front. Let him hold something. He with the devil down south. Tell his ass to walk it out. Burner in his mouth. Blindfolded on the couch. Give me the loot. Give me the loot before I shoot. Rip a tooth and your tonsils too. Exit out your neck bone, man. Your shit gone. I'm down, strong, and notorious. Niggas always get me understood. Better ask your hood. They know what's good. Warning shot. Cute, bitch.
I can stand in a pool of gasoline, lighting the blunt and never catch on fire. How come? You silly motherfucker, I'm fire. Smacked the devil over the cheek, gave him a 3rd-degree burn, iced it down the same week and told him you'll be okay. A lot of rappers are desperate to be a star by the day. They hydroplaning. They hoping that they catch their big break. What are you saying? I'm feeling the one. Like a magician with a stick inside his hand of a name of a messy can. I get ignorant with you. Snap me a picture, bitch. I'm famous. I came in this world nuts in my palm and drinking Parmesan. In a stolen Cavalier like I took LeBron. Locked him in the basement and amputated his shooting arm. Now that's a stretch, absol. Like the 50-mile strip when I'm pimping these hoes. Call me Dolomite. No, I take that back. Found out he gay is a happy day or the way that they rap. Leave you.
I wish I had the very first verse I wrote. I spit it right now, so you can see the vast progression in the style. Started as a child. Now I'm a grown man like Benjamin Button in his 50s. Fuck with me. Still ain't learned the power of a dollar, disregarding fifth. Not cause I don't like them, just cause I don't save shit. So high on my horse, if I fall off, I get kicked by a hood before I hit the hood. And I was over their head, but I wish a nigga would. Disrespect my intellect. I'm a cocky individual. No subliminals. Try to attack and I react like chemicals. The doc should have bronzed my mom's inner tubes, cause now I'm in the view of millions, taking interviews. I got interludes better than your singles. Won't stop till I got a better reason than Siegel. And if any of y'all want a piece of the guard, on 1225 we send reefs to your squad. The only problem I got now is label offers on the table like a tablecloth is, but I'm cautious. I'm like what Jaws is to crawfish. The big shot. That's why I talk my shit. That's why they on my dick. Like, them little tricks that I taught your bitch. She probably lick it if I unzip these dickies. You need to quit it. Knock it off. I'm in your girl ear like a carton swab, and anything I say, I'ma blame it on the alcohol, like T-Pain on a song with Jamie Foxx. I'm here cause it's my time. You came to watch? Every day is ceramics class. Pass the pot.
Solo. Get him walk with
Yeah.
Curly head nigga, nappy head flows. Remember 8th grade, start getting all my hoes, start rocking all these shows, jumping on stages, reading in rap books, flip so many pages, flip so many stages in my life, I must admit. I've always been the shit with the red or the freestyle. The nigga been wild. Get free shoes for my nigga Q now. Do the jab shot, all type of Jordan. You say, wait, get anything that's important. Exclusive shit. Not the shit Wavy rocking. You know, he used to wear the stockings, cap with the big head jerseys and fake J's.
You ain't fucking with these. Some real Jordans, my nigga. Real ones, my nigga. We don't go to Foot Locker, my nigga.
Shit in the barber shop. And I'm like, I ain't been to the barber shop, nigga. Who's taking my shit to the barber shop?
I guess you own now. I guess everybody know your songs now.
Now, I'm getting free shoes.
Getting
free shoes.
Yo, you getting free shoes. How many raps have I wrote? How many words that I spoke? How many shit I jotted down just for others to quote? That's what my man just brought up. I'm thinking about this industry. I'm all caught up. I can't get out. I'm like Charlotte's Web, looking at my shit get downloaded on the web. I'm so confused with these tools. Recycled other dudes. I'm talking the greatest. I'm talking about legends. I'm talking about your rhymes. That shit is half-stepping. That shit is mad depressing. I'm trying to enlighten the city. I'm trying to get all the hoes to get with me. Rap, is it really worth it? Should I keep doing it on purpose? Should I jump in a booth? I used to get nervous, but now I'm just the truth like the motherfucking Bible. Tabernacle, spin around twice, shine though. They tell me that I'm nice. Yeah. You want me to handle this, but I just already sat on it.
Oh yeah, and I got that for free too.
Yeah. These niggas teed out here, my nigga. Niggas teed out here, bitch. You niggas teed out here, bitch. You niggas teed out here, bitch. Keep that sound effect going. You niggas
pay for shit no more. I ain't never paid for shit no more. I just walk up in the store, say, give me this. Hey, give me that. I ain't got a rack. Yo, I got a sack, we can blow it in the bag. Couple hoes getting twisted in the lab. Dave got the draw. Kendrick got nothing. Soul got it down. I'm trying to sip another little cup of wine. Ain't get it down. Sit back, twist up a wine. Swish ya, I give a fuck, never miss ya, kiss ya, never cool as the bitch. I'm the shit, give a fuck. Fucked up and I still rip it up.
Yeah, niggas walking in with choppers and I don't know, they acting like it's a camera. Shooting everybody on the floor. See, you got the army jeans on. This nigga finna get his beam on. He tryna wear his beanie like me. Mac like that shit. You gotta get on the beam like me. Mac like shit like that. Why do your head? Just get on this nigga. I don't know this nigga. I'm gonna get on this. My nigga Mac like that shit. Like get on random D.
Out of here, man. Get the fuck out.
Where you going, dog?
Goddamn.
You leaving?
Motherfucking flag, motherfucking.
Don't leave, dog. Gotta leave.
Rick at the bottom. Shit, weak. Old ass Jordans.
Weak ass Jordans.
I put you up on the green motherfucking shoes. Now you wanna act like your ass got hoes. Big ass bomber coat. Like you from New York. Go outside and smoke them cheap ass Newports. Finna lock the road in your life. Don't come back in. Don't drink that shit. We out here, big ass niggas driving this shit.
In September 2010, Kendrick released Overly Dedicated, a mixtape that would mark a turning point in his career. This was more than just another collection of tracks. It was a statement of intent. On Overly Dedicated, Kendrick delved deep into themes of struggle, resilience, and the harsh realities of life in Compton. His lyrics painted vivid portraits of the challenges faced by his generation, and his delivery carried the weight of someone who had lived through it all. The mixtape was a revelation, catching the attention of not just fans, but industry heavyweights. Dr. Dre, one of the most influential figures in hip-hop, took notice. So did Snoop Dogg and The Game, who saw in Kendrick a torchbearer for the West Coast. Overly Dedicated was more than just a mixtape. It was Kendrick's first major step into the spotlight, and it was clear that he was destined for greatness. On July 2, 2011, Kendrick Lamar released Section 80, his first official studio album. This wasn't just a collection of songs, it was a manifesto, a deep dive into the issues that defined a generation. Kendrick used Section 80 to explore systemic racism, generational trauma, and the devastating impact of the crack epidemic. With tracks like ADHD and Ronald Reagan Era, Kendrick gave a voice to the voiceless, speaking on behalf of those who had been marginalized and oppressed. Section 80 was more than just music. It was a social commentary, a reflection of the struggles faced by a generation born into a world of broken promises and shattered dreams. The album resonated with listeners far beyond Compton, earning critical acclaim for its raw honesty and complex storytelling. Kendrick Lamar was no longer just an underground sensation. He was becoming a voice for the people, a leader for a new era of conscious hip-hop. As Kendrick's star continued to rise, so did the recognition from his peers and mentors. Co-signs from legends like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and The Game solidified his place in the West Coast pantheon. Kendrick wasn't just the future of hip-hop. He was its present, a force to be reckoned with.
We watching you rock. We watching you rock like a motherfucker, right? We watching Game pass the torch to you. We watching all this love. It's a beautiful night, my nigga. You great at what you do. You ain't good at what you do. You great at what you do. And the people out here, they represent it, and they show you that. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna mean this. Nigga, you got the torch, nigga. You better run with it. You better run with it, nigga, because it's yours.
Touring with Tech Nine and opening for Drake on the Club Paradise tour gave Kendrick the platform he needed to expand his reach. From intimate venues to massive arenas, Kendrick's live performances became legendary, his name on the lips of hip-hop fans worldwide. And it wasn't just his shows. Kendrick's collaborations with high-profile artists and producers only further cemented his place at the top. A feature on Drake's Take Care album, among others, introduced him to an even wider audience, proving that Kendrick Lamar was a name everyone needed to know.
Go with a whole nother demographic, of people listening to my music. Definitely going to capitalize off that. Shout out to Drake. He reached out. How did that happen? I sat down with Drake in Toronto a while back when I did my first show out there. Called me up, man. We had a few drinks, and he always said he was appreciative of my music. I've always been a fan of his music, and we've just been chopping it up since, man. And hit me up one day and said, you know what, handpicked, man. I want you to be on this tour. And it's a lot of artists out there, man. It's that could have been on that tour with them. For him to just sit there and respect my music, get the same mutual respect. That's a blessing within itself. So shout out to Tris.
Kendrick Lamar was no longer just an emerging artist. He was a force in the music industry, a leader of the new school, and a voice that demanded to be heard. But even as his fame grew, Kendrick never forgot where he came from. Compton was in his blood, and it was this connection to his roots that would continue to drive him forward, shaping the music and messages that would come next.
Sitting in the studio thinking about which move would go right now, freestyling right down whatever. It's still a come up clever, I just need to free my thought. Lord knows that I know better, but I ain't perfect. I ain't seen too many churches, so know the Testament verses. You should either hear me now or go deaf, or end up dead, die trying and no death. Might end up dead, swallow blood, swallow my breath. Fuck a funeral, just make sure you pay my music respect. From the bottom of my heart, see my heart is all I have. Victory tastes sweet, even when the enemy can throw salt. Still knock them out the park like a fucking told car. They bygones be bygones, but where I'm from, we buy guns and more guns to give to the young. I'm living the life of a nigga trap, nigga. Inside the system, all you envision is trap. My uncle doing life inside prison. He wasn't rap too tight. He said to rap about life, not rap, niggas. That's why I'm shaking my head when you rap dissing. My stomach start turning, my nerves get the twitching. I start evaluating, then my final intuition is that you wishing to come up will just come up. We used to beefing over turf, fuck beefing over a verse. Niggas dying, motherfucker, double one time Trump. I said we dying, motherfucker, double one time Trump. Shut down, what the fuck is up, man?
In 2012, Kendrick Lamar was on the cusp of greatness. The underground hero of Compton had now caught the eye of the industry's biggest players. Finally, the moment arrived. Kendrick signed to Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records for his debut major label album. This was more than just a business move. It was a pivotal moment in hip-hop history. For Kendrick, signing to Aftermath under the legendary Dr. Dre, while still staying loyal to Top Dawg Entertainment, was a declaration that he was ready to take on the world without forgetting where he came from. Kendrick worked tirelessly in the studio, collaborating with some of the industry's finest producers to bring his vision to life. The result was an album that was both musically innovative and narratively compelling. Tracks like Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe, Swimming Pools, Drank, and Backseat Freestyle weren't just hits. They were chapters in a story, each one adding a layer to the complex portrait Kendrick was painting of life in Compton. Good Kid, M.A.A.D City is more than an album. It's a cinematic journey through the eyes of a young Kendrick Lamar, trying to make sense of a world filled with contradictions. Each track is a piece of the puzzle, a glimpse into the challenges and decisions that shaped him. The album opens with Shireen aka Master Splinter's Daughter, a track that introduces us to the young Kendrick, lured into the dangers of his environment by the temptations of the streets. From there, the album unfolds like a movie, with Kendrick's life playing out in real time. Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe reflects his internal struggle to stay true to his values while being pulled in different directions by fame and the streets. Swimming Pools, Drank tackles the theme of peer pressure and substance abuse, offering a haunting reflection on the dangers of escapism. Meanwhile, Backseat Freestyle captures the youthful bravado of a young Kendrick, dreaming big while riding through Compton, unaware of the dangers that lie ahead. But it's not just the tracks that tell the story. The skits woven throughout the album serve as crucial narrative threads. These skits depict conversations between Kendrick and his family, his friends, and even strangers, illustrating the daily pressures and influences that push him closer to the edge. Through these moments, we witness Kendrick's transformation from a good kid trying to stay out of trouble to someone who's entangled in the harsh realities of life in Compton. This is not just an album about survival. It's about redemption, self-discovery, and the consequences of the choices we make. When Good Kid, M.A.A.D City was released on October 22, 2012, it was an instant sensation. Critics hailed it as a modern-day classic, a defining album of its generation. The New York Times called it a densely packed, multi-layered exploration of race, class, and economic disparity, while Rolling Stone dubbed it a masterpiece. This was not just another hip-hop album, it was a cultural phenomenon. Commercially, the album was a powerhouse, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and going platinum within a year. But its impact went far beyond sales. Good Kid, M.A.A.D City influenced both the mainstream and underground music scenes, setting a new standard for concept albums and storytelling in hip-hop. It wasn't just an album that you listened to, it was one that you experienced, one that made you think, reflect, and feel. Kendrick Lamar had done what few artists could. He created a work that was both critically acclaimed and commercially successful, all while staying true to his roots. The respect he earned from his peers and the admiration of fans was a testament to the authenticity and power of his music. Kendrick wasn't just a rapper. He was a storyteller, a poet, a voice for the voiceless. In August 2013, Kendrick Lamar dropped a bombshell on the hip-hop world with a verse that would go down in history. It wasn't just a verse. It was a challenge, a call to arms that shook the entire industry. Control was a track by Big Sean, featuring Kendrick Lamar and Jay Electronica. But when it dropped, all anyone could talk about was Kendrick's verse. In just under 3 minutes, Kendrick declared himself the king of New York, even though he's from Compton, and called out some of the biggest names in the game, J. Cole, Drake, Big K.R.I.T., and more. Kendrick's verse wasn't just a lyrical flex. It was a direct challenge to his peers, a reminder that hip-hop is a competitive sport. He wasn't dissing them, but rather pushing them to step up their game. The impact was immediate. The verse sparked countless responses, both in support and in challenge, with many artists feeling compelled to prove themselves in the wake of Kendrick's bold statements. The Control verse reignited a spirit of competition in hip-hop that had been missing for a while. Rappers dropped response tracks and debated who truly was the best, and the conversation about lyrical skill became front and center again. Kendrick reminded everyone what the essence of hip-hop was all about: lyricism, competition, and respect. A decade later, Kendrick's Control verse is still talked about as a pivotal moment in modern hip-hop. It wasn't just about calling out names, it was about raising the bar for the entire industry. Kendrick Lamar proved that sometimes all it takes is one verse to change the game.
I'm the king of New York. His name was Frank White. You notice how since somebody from the West Coast will say they're the king of fucking New York, they automatically assume we're disrespecting New York. Right. I'm sick of that shit. We don't have a problem with you, New York. Stop it, my nigga. King of New York is a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie. Biggie called himself Frank fucking White. Who's Frank White?
Christopher Walken.
No. He's the fucking king of New York. It's a fucking movie, man. We don't want your city, your country, your town. You know what? We from Los Angeles. We from Compton. Nigga, Watts, Inglewood. Nigga, we are the West Coast. Why the fuck would we want to be where you at, nigga? We don't like your fucking streets. We like ours, cuz. Ours. We don't have a problem with you guys, my nigga. And when I said it, nobody said shit.
But
Then when Kendrick said it, everybody wanted to go against the boy. And to wake the whole entire coast up for the wrong reasons, cuz. You don't want to wake us up for the wrong reasons, man. We're not playing.
It was one of those things, it's like, I almost wish he had come in there on that shit because I kind of lost like a little respect for the sentiment of the verse. If it's really fuck everybody, then it needs to be fuck everybody. It just can't be halfway for the sake of the people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's just how I feel.
On Nostalgia, you have Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
Did you guys record that prior to Control?
Yeah. Well, he recorded it. He recorded it prior to Control. Then Control came out.
If Control came out first, would it have changed anything?
No. Like, we just shot the video for Nostalgia.
Okay.
We shot the video for Nostalgia 6 days ago.
Yeah.
I actually went to Compton, 134th in Peru. And you know, chill with the homies.
Okay.
And you know, had a great time out there. You know, met Kendrick's family, his friends. And you know, the Control thing, man, like, I looked at it, you know, as soon as he saw me, he said, yo, I just want to tell you, because we had to walk through the neighborhood to find where we're going to shoot it at, right? Like, oh, no, listen. Yeah, you know, so we just walking through, trying to find a street or somewhere to shoot it at.
Right.
And the first thing he says to me is like, yo, thank you so much for just, you know, for understanding and not taking the verse the wrong way.
I like that.
And I was like, Kendrick, you don't know I'm different, bruh. I was like, I'm different. Like, I understand. Like, I listen to raps.
Right.
I understand.
It's the sport of hip hop.
It's the sport. It's the sport of hip hop. And I looked at it like, man, you know, he shouted out his peers. He shouted out his peers, and he was like, yo, you know, I want to take something from your fan base, Mac Miller's fan base. You know, I want to take all of that. When is that not the mission?
By the time the 2014 Grammy Awards rolled around, Good Kid, M.A.A.D City had solidified its place in hip-hop history. It was widely expected to sweep the awards, particularly in the Best Rap Album category. But then, in one of the most controversial moments in Grammy history, the award went to Macklemore's The Heist instead. The snub sparked outrage across the industry and among fans, igniting a broader conversation about race, cultural appropriation, and hip-hop's place in the Grammy Awards. Many saw the decision as a blatant disregard for the significance of Kendrick's work, and the controversy only fueled Kendrick's resolve. In his typical humble manner, Kendrick congratulated Macklemore, but the moment marked a turning point in the ongoing dialogue about recognition and respect in the music industry. Despite the snub, Kendrick's influence in the industry only grew. The respect he earned from peers and legends alike was undeniable. He wasn't just an artist, he was a leader, an innovator, and a trailblazer in a genre that was constantly evolving. The Grammy loss may have been a setback, but it didn't define Kendrick Lamar. If anything, it only made his voice louder, his message stronger, and his impact greater.
No fear when I say, and I say every day, every nigga is a star. Every nigga is a star. Who will deny that you and I, and every nigga is a star. I have walked the streets alone. 20 years I've been on my own.
Tell us about the album cover.
Yeah, the album cover. It's me and my homeboys in front of the White House. It's really taking, people from my neighborhood and taking them around the world and letting them see things that I've experienced.
Everybody in that picture is family, friends.
Yeah, it's one of the homies' kids, the people I grew up with since elementary, all the way up to now, so a lot of individuals that I talk about in Good Kid, M.A.A.D City is on this cover. So it all spins around full circle when you really digest it.
And who's that laid out on the ground down there?
That's a judge laid out on the ground. You look at these individuals and, you look at them as bad people or a menace to society, but they're actually good people, just a product of their environment. And the one person that always represent their not lives negatively is the judge. Only God can judge these individuals right here. Not no one with a gavel, handing out football numbers of years and not giving these kids a chance at life. Every nigga's a star. It represents the album. It represents how I felt when I first got signed. Wesley's theory. That's the first initial state. You get money, you feel like this. But overall, in general, it represents those without money, of my color, that's rich in spirit. You don't need dollars to feel like you have a place in the world, as the album goes to 10, 11, 12 tracks. That's what it represents. The first half is a little bit ignorant, because that's how I was brought up. So as I see the world, it ain't really about the money, it's about how rich you are in spirit.
In 2014, Kendrick Lamar embarked on a new journey, a journey that would challenge the very essence of what a hip-hop album could be. To Pimp a Butterfly was born out of a need to evolve, to push the boundaries of his sound and message. Drawing inspiration from the rich, soulful sounds of jazz, the groove of funk, and the raw power of spoken word, Kendrick sought to create an album that was as revolutionary as it was personal. The creative process behind To Pimp a Butterfly was unlike anything Kendrick had ever done. He surrounded himself with musical geniuses, collaborating with the likes of Thundercat, George Clinton, and Kamasi Washington. Together, they crafted a soundscape that was both expansive and intimate, a perfect backdrop for the themes Kendrick wanted to explore. This album wasn't just music, it was a movement, a manifesto, a mirror reflecting the complexities of race, identity, and empowerment in America. Kendrick's vision for To Pimp a Butterfly was clear. He wanted to create something that defied genre, something that spoke to the struggles and triumphs of being black in America. The recording sessions were intense, filled with moments of inspiration and deep reflection. Every note and every word was carefully chosen to convey the message Kendrick needed the world to hear. To Pimp a Butterfly was not just an album, it was a statement, a reflection on the black experience in America. Kendrick Lamar used this project to confront the harsh realities of systemic racism, to celebrate black empowerment, and to explore his internal struggles with fame and identity. Tracks like All Right, King Kunta, and The Blacker the Berry were more than just songs. They were anthems of resistance, declarations of self-worth, and calls to action. All Right, with its infectious hook and powerful message, quickly became a protest anthem, a rallying cry for the Black Lives Matter movement. In the face of police brutality and racial injustice, All Right offered a message of hope and resilience. Meanwhile, King Kunta celebrated Black pride, with Kendrick declaring his place in the lineage of black excellence. And then there was The Blacker the Berry, a raw and unflinching look at the anger and pain that comes with being black in a society that often devalues black lives. These themes of race, identity, and empowerment were not just abstract concepts for Kendrick, they were lived experiences. To Pimp a Butterfly was Kendrick grappling with his place in the world, the pressures of fame, and the responsibility he felt to use his platform to speak truth to power. It was an album that challenged listeners to confront uncomfortable truths and to find strength in the struggle. Upon its release in March 2015, To Pimp a Butterfly was met with universal acclaim. Critics hailed it as a masterpiece, a work of art that transcended music and entered the realm of cultural and social commentary. Publications like Rolling Stone, The New York Times, and Pitchfork declared it one of the greatest albums of all time, lauding Kendrick for his boldness, his creativity, and his unwavering commitment to speaking the truth. The accolades didn't stop with critical acclaim. To Pimp a Butterfly dominated the 2016 Grammy Awards, winning Best Rap Album and several other awards. Kendrick's performance that night was nothing short of legendary, a powerful and theatrical display that brought the themes of his album to life on stage. With this album, Kendrick solidified his place not just as a rapper, but as a visionary artist, a leader in the cultural conversation about race and inequality in America. The impact of To Pimp a Butterfly went far beyond the music charts. The album quickly found its way into classrooms, where it became the subject of academic study and intellectual discourse. Scholars dissected its lyrics, its themes, and its cultural significance, recognizing it as a seminal work that captured the complexities of the black experience in the 21st century. Kendrick's influence extended to a new generation of artists who saw in him a blueprint for how to make music that mattered. He wasn't just making hits, he was making history, using his art to challenge, to inspire, and to empower. To Pimp a Butterfly was more than just an album. It was a cultural moment, a rallying cry for those fighting for justice, and a testament to the power of music as a force for change. Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly might not label itself as a movie like Good Kid, M.A.A.D City did, but it weaves together a series of interconnected stories that feel cinematic. Throughout the album, we meet a range of characters. The first track, Wesley's Theory, turns the tale of action star-turned-tax evader Wesley Snipes into a modern-day Faust story. Snoop makes an appearance on Institutionalized, and Dre even calls in on Wesley. The vibe is a mix of wry humor, drama, chaos, irony, and sadness, often all at once. In For Free, Interlude, a frustrated woman lists her material wants, and Kendrick fires back with "This dick ain't free," before launching into a spoken-word history of black oppression, suggesting that the money people desire is tainted. The album is sprinkled with surreal moments, like when God shows up as a homeless man in How Much a Dollar Cost, and it wraps up with Mortal Man, featuring a haunting, dreamlike interview with the ghost of Tupac. In March 2017, the world of hip-hop was set ablaze with the unexpected release of The Heart Part 4, a powerful prelude to what would become Kendrick Lamar's most commercially successful album to date. This teaser hinted at something monumental, and fans eagerly awaited what was to come. Just weeks later, on April 14, 2017, Kendrick released Damn, an album that would not only dominate the charts, but also solidify his place in the pantheon of music legends. Damn was a departure from the intricate jazz and funk-inspired sounds of To Pimp a Butterfly. This time, Kendrick chose a rawer, more direct approach, blending contemporary trap beats with his signature lyrical complexity. The album explored the duality of human nature, the constant battle between good and evil, love and hate, weakness and strength. It was a reflection of Kendrick's inner struggles, as well as a commentary on the broader societal issues that plagued America. Kendrick's creative direction for Damn was focused, intense, and unapologetically honest. He stripped away the layers of complexity to reveal something raw and visceral, a reflection of his journey and the trials and tribulations of a world in turmoil. This was Kendrick at his most vulnerable and his most powerful. Damn is an album that demands to be unpacked, track by track. Humble, with its infectious beat and commanding lyrics, became an instant anthem, a sharp reminder of Kendrick's prowess in the rap game. The track was a call to both himself and his listeners to stay grounded, even in the face of immense success. DNA is a masterclass in lyrical ferocity. Over a thunderous beat, Kendrick dissects the complexities of his identity as a black man in America, weaving in themes of pride, heritage, and resilience. The track is a testament to Kendrick's ability to turn his personal experiences into a universal message. On Loyalty, Kendrick teamed up with Rihanna to explore the complexities of trust and allegiance, both in personal relationships and within the broader context of loyalty to one's community. Meanwhile, Love, a tender, introspective track, offered a glimpse into Kendrick's softer side, a celebration of unconditional love amidst the chaos. Each track on Damn serves a purpose, contributing to the overarching narrative of Kendrick's struggle with the dualities of life. The album's minimalist production, combined with its rich lyrical content, made it a work of art that resonated with fans and critics alike. Upon its release, Damn was an immediate success. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling over 600,000 copies in its first week. It was quickly certified triple platinum, cementing Kendrick's status as one of the most influential artists of his generation. Critics were unanimous in their praise, calling Damn a continuation of Kendrick's evolution as an artist and a thinker. The album was celebrated not just for its commercial appeal, but for its profound cultural impact. Kendrick's ability to blend contemporary sounds with deep, introspective lyrics made Damn a crossover success, resonating with fans from all walks of life. Damn wasn't just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. Its themes of struggle, triumph, and self-reflection resonated across demographics, and Kendrick's message was embraced by mainstream media, further solidifying his influence beyond the confines of hip-hop. In April 2018, Kendrick Lamar made history. He became the first non-classical or jazz artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for music, a groundbreaking moment not just for Kendrick, but for the entire hip-hop genre. The award was given for Damn, recognizing it as a virtuosic song collection unified by its vernacular authenticity and rhythmic dynamism that offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of modern African-American life. The Pulitzer Prize was more than just an award. It was a validation of hip-hop as a legitimate and powerful art form. For decades, hip-hop had been marginalized by traditional institutions, but Kendrick's win represented a seismic shift in how the genre was perceived. It was a moment of recognition for the entire hip-hop community, a signal that their voices were not only being heard, but celebrated at the highest levels. For Kendrick, the Pulitzer was a testament to his journey. From the streets of Compton to the global stage, his music had transcended barriers, resonating with audiences around the world. It was a reminder that art has the power to change perceptions, to challenge the status quo, and to inspire future generations. The legacy of Damn extends far beyond music. Kendrick's influence can be seen in fashion, film, and even politics. His work on the Black Panther soundtrack further solidified his role as a cultural curator, someone who could bring together music and cinema to create something truly impactful. Damn inspired countless artists who saw in Kendrick a blueprint for how to make art that was both commercially successful and deeply meaningful. The Damn era was a defining moment in Kendrick Lamar's career. It was a time of immense creative output, critical recognition, and cultural influence. Kendrick's music became a voice for the voiceless, a reflection of the times, and a beacon of hope for those striving for a better future. As the echoes of Damn continue to resonate, Kendrick Lamar's legacy as a global icon and a voice of his generation remains stronger than ever. In March 2020, Kendrick Lamar, alongside his longtime collaborator and best friend Dave Free, unveiled PG Lang, a multidisciplinary media company with a bold mission. More than just a record label or a production house, PG Lang was conceived as a service company for creators, aiming to push the boundaries of what was possible in music, film, and media. Kendrick and Dave envisioned a platform that would foster artistic expression without the constraints of traditional industry norms. PG Lang's early ventures reflected this vision. The company's debut project, the M.A.A.D short film, offered a vivid, artistic interpretation of Kendrick's world. But PG Lang wasn't just about Kendrick. It was about building a community of creatives. This vision became clearer as the company began to collaborate with rising stars like Baby Keem, whose career was catapulted by the support and platform provided by PG Lang. PG Lang quickly established itself as a creative hub, a place where emerging artists could explore their potential and where established creators could break new ground. With Kendrick at the helm, PG Lang was not just a company. It was a movement, challenging the status quo and reshaping the future of entertainment. In 2022, after a 5-year hiatus, Kendrick Lamar returned with his highly anticipated 5th studio album, M.A.A.D and the Big Steppers. The album was a profound exploration of themes that Kendrick had been grappling with throughout his career: mental health, generational trauma, and the quest for personal redemption. But this time, the focus was even more introspective as Kendrick confronted his demons in a raw and unfiltered way. Tracks like N95 and Silent Hill delved into the anxieties of modern life, with Kendrick examining the masks we wear to protect ourselves from the harsh realities of the world. In Die Hard, he explored the vulnerability that comes with love and the fear of losing oneself in the process. And in the controversial Auntie Diaries, Kendrick tackled issues of identity and acceptance, sparking conversations about the complexities of personal growth and societal norms. M.A.A.D and the Big Steppers received widespread acclaim for its bold storytelling and innovative production, though it also sparked debate for its unflinching honesty. The album's reception was a testament to Kendrick's ability to provoke thought and challenge his audience, solidifying his place as one of the most important voices in contemporary music. Commercially, M.A.A.D and the Big Steppers was a success, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200 and earning multiple Grammy nominations. But its true impact lay in the conversations it ignited, about mental health, about the burdens of fame, and about the importance of confronting one's past to move forward. Kendrick's influence on the next generation is undeniable. Artists across genres look to him as a source of inspiration, not just for his music, but for his approach to creativity and his dedication to making a difference. Through PG Lang, Kendrick is helping to shape the future of the industry, ensuring that creativity and authenticity remain at the core of artistic expression.
The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The nigga that hiding his kid from the world, but his world wanna hide from the kid? R.B. Graham in the wheelchair? Right? Yes! Y'all niggas better stop playing with me. Stop telling me like I ain't teach Drake everything he knows.
Hold on, you taught Drake everything he knows.
Y'all didn't hear Drake on his first song? Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy Drake back in this thing already. That's Soldier. That's my bar.
In 2013, Kendrick Lamar delivered a seismic verse on Big Sean's Control that sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. Naming several of his contemporaries, Kendrick's challenge was clear. He was claiming the throne and inviting others to step up. Among those named was Drake, a superstar in his own right, whose reaction would set the stage for one of the most compelling rivalries in modern hip-hop. The public and media quickly picked up on the tension, fueling a competitive spirit between Kendrick and Drake. While Drake initially responded with a cool demeanor, the seeds of a feud had been planted. Over the following years, the rivalry would simmer, with both artists taking subtle and not-so-subtle jabs at each other through interviews, performances, and their music.
It's one of those things where I appreciated the promotion, for one, because a lot of people didn't. He mentioned me, and a lot of people like, why the fuck he say Big Crit name? And then they went and checked out my music. They went and heard One Train, and now they understand. So a lot of people on Twitter that never heard my music before, now they going back through 260 records and being able to hear that I've been putting out content. I've been lyrical. I've been putting it down. So for me, it's one of those things where I appreciate. I didn't take it necessarily as a diss. Hip hop is competitive, but I am a competitor. This is a gladiator kind of sport.
But y'all are cool.
Oh yeah, I said I ain't no goddamn beef.
Right.
Hell no.
Because it seems like the people we called out, he's actually cool with.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like a respect. You know, like everybody said, if you're on the basketball court, you know a nigga cross you over, you might play defense with him a little different. You gonna let the nigga break your ankle? I would assume not, and that's what I'm not trying to do. Ain't no nigga gonna shake me in the motherfucking studio.
As the years passed, the tension between Kendrick and Drake only grew. In 2016, Kendrick released The Heart Part 4, a track that many believed contained veiled shots at Drake. Lines like tables turn, lesson learned, my best look, you jumped sides on me, now you bout to meet Westbrook were dissected by fans and critics alike, reigniting the feud. Drake, never one to back down, responded with Two Birds, One Stone, a track that many saw as his counter to Kendrick's challenge. The subliminal nature of their exchanges added to the intrigue, with fans eagerly analyzing every word for clues. The rivalry played out in their music, creating a narrative that kept the hip-hop world buzzing. The feud not only intensified their competition, but also elevated both artists' work. As Kendrick and Drake continued to dominate the charts, their rivalry became a defining narrative in hip-hop, with each new release adding another chapter to their ongoing story. Back in 2018, things heated up when Pusha T released Infrared, a track that took jabs at Drake for allegedly using ghostwriters. Drake fired back with duppy freestyle, but Pusha T wasn't done. He responded with the now infamous The Story of Adidon, where he exposed Drake's secret child and took shots at his producer 40 in a way that many saw as crossing the line. The beef left Drake on the defensive and solidified Pusha T's reputation as a ruthless lyricist. Although Drake never fully retaliated, the tension between the two lingered, and the beef was never truly squashed. But here's the thing, this beef didn't just involve Drake and Pusha T. It also entangled Kanye West, who was producing for Pusha at the time and had his complicated history with Drake.
This is competitive for me, you know, it's sport. I feel like Infrared was a response that I had and held on to in regards to Two Birds, One Stone. There was a record that people were assuming that he got it, myself and Cuddy. And I felt like Infrared was just a great way to articulate, okay, you're questioning my street credibility. All right, well, I mean, we know, you got ghostwriters. You have ghostwriters and you 100%. We got reference tracks. We heard all of that. So now I'm going to question your authenticity as well. And that's just, that's just what we on. Why would you mention my fiance? Wow. Like, no women, no children. What's up? Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? But, I looked at it. I was just like, it made me sort of dive in to like, oh, wait a minute. Who am I like really, really dealing with here? Like I say, I get up here. First thing you ask me about is the back and forth. So I'm like, yeah, man, it's competitive, blah, 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 cool. You mentioned my fiance. You put a name in a song. Like, bro, she don't even listen to rap. Like, what are you talking about right now? What are we doing? When I heard, like, again, when I heard the Duppy freestyle, I was like, okay, now I have to like really analyze who this person is. And I got to analyze like, just questions like, man, okay, why would you put her in it? My fiance.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was like, the line was trash, right? It was a line about like, I'm gonna make it ring on you like Virginia Williams. The line itself is trash.
Oh yeah, no.
And to me, I felt like, wait a minute, what is the real issue with you and marriage? So then now I gotta dig deeper into who the person is. Now I gotta dig in and see, what are y'all like? What's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. He never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's like, man, your mom, she never remarried. Oh, you don't even know what like family is. So of course you don't dig marriage. Oh, I get it. Okay, boom. Dang. Okay, bang. Now it's like, you gotta look a little further. You gotta dig a little deeper and say, okay, boom. Now, you know, I love my family. And I like, you know, it's just certain things I'm just not, I've been in this game for 16 years, certain things I'm not into. You know, it's like I don't like people speaking to my mother. I don't like people speaking to my father about music stuff. I don't like, you know, I got to switch churches. You leave a CD on my mother's car, we got to switch to church.
Wow.
I can't do this right now. Like, because it's pressure that bothers me. You know, I look at him and I'm like, oh, like you parade your dad around in these weird suits. You parade him. It's clown-like. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what I get. I get clown feelings from that. I look at him. There's somebody, you know, I get the picture of the actual photo that I used
Of the blackface.
of the blackface.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You parade your dad around. This was done in 2008. This was done in 2008. You don't even know that that's not right. That you like, there's no explanation for that to me. Man, I'm Pusha T.
Yes, sir.
Like, listen, the biggest highlight of my life happened in the past few years. Me messing with like Obama and prison reform and so on and so forth. Like,
Brother's keeper.
yo, yeah, like, come on. Like, this is me, right? Dope boy, blah, 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 you know, everything. This is real me. Like, you are silent in all black issues, Drake. You really are. You are really, really silent. I don't hear about anything. You don't stand for nothing. You don't say nothing about nothing. You don't. It's just what it is. Like, you have all the platform in the world. You were so passionate back then. No, you weren't. That's number one. That's what I know. Number two, you gotta think about who a person really, really is. And it's like, okay, bang. That's why it's okay. That's why it's okay for you to take a photo like this. You didn't even know it was right. You don't even know how fully, you don't know where you stand at. You don't know where you stand at. Oh, that's why you gotta, you know, you highlight your dad clowning like that. Oh, you know, you run to the Memphis. Oh, I'm Memphis, Houston. That's my black side. You never related. Stop playing. Just really, I'm speaking about the character of a man. I'm speaking about the principles of a man. I'm talking about, you know, when we get into where do we stop? When we get into the even the part about the child, it's like, man, I'm just trying to get the listeners to understand. It's like, I think there's something wrong up here. You have a whole child. You know, you speak to me in your raps. You talking to me. You speak to me when you're multi-million. I feel like, okay, bang, you got multi-millions. You mean you got multi-millions and a whole child that's not like in arm's reach? Like my peers who have children, because I don't have children, and I want children. And I'm gonna have children.
Yes, sir.
Right? So what I'm saying is my peers who, like, you know, in this, you know, they on the gram, they taking pictures, you know, put chains on their sons for their birthday. And, you know, Khaled, he walk around with his son. Like, it's like a thing. And I'm like, again, who is this? Like, you got a whole child that you suppressing. You're not even, you know, you got a whole child that nobody knows about. It's real. It's real. It ain't, ghostwriting ain't alleged. The reference tracks ain't alleged. The baby ain't alleged. It's not alleged. It's real. That's it. And my point with that is just saying we can't even know about something that's like so precious. We can't even know about the kid, right? But we can know about it when you roll it out with your alleged new Adidas deal. You can roll out, you know, that information with a sweatsuit and some sneakers. Ain't no skeletons with me. I don't have none. The realest in it. Been in it. 16. Still giving y'all classics. Still giving y'all classics. Not playing no game. We can take this slow. I'm just peeling back the first layer. This whole joint right here was 100% responding to those things. When I mentioned, you know, if I mentioned, he say, you know, you chasing around Kanye. I've been aligned with the greatest my whole career. You talk about me, you talk about myself, Pharrell Williams, Chad Hugo, Neptunes, bang. You know, Kanye West, bang. Records with Jay-Z, bang. Doing my thing.
I've been aligned with the greats my whole career. And on that same note, the only two I'm chasing are Ghost. Pac, Big. That's the only greats I'm chasing.
In recent years, the tension between Kendrick and Drake has remained palpable, with both artists making subtle references to their rivalry in their latest projects. While neither has directly addressed the feud, the competitive spirit is evident, keeping fans and industry insiders speculating about the true nature of their relationship. In the ever-evolving world of hip-hop, few rivalries have captured the public's imagination quite like the ongoing feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. As two of the genre's most influential figures, their competitive spirit has fueled a decade-long saga, marked by lyrical battles and strategic releases. In early 2024, Kendrick Lamar teamed up with Future for the explosive track Like That. This collaboration, part of Future and Metro Boomin's album, reignited the flames of rivalry with Drake. Kendrick's verse, with its fiery intensity, boldly declared, "Motherfuck the big three, nigga, it's just Big Me," asserting his dominance and challenging the notion of being grouped with his peers.
Trying to drink out the bottles that Drake done bought for the section. You got other hoes trying to record him on the sneak, and Drake is glued to the phone because he can't believe the unmitigated gall, the fucking, the audacity of motherfucking a nigga who goes by the name Kung Fu Kenny to attack the GOAT in the ninth inning. After that nigga just gave us back-to-back tours, back-to-back-to-back albums, that nigga Penn been on a world tour. He finally took a break. And now, you want to diss the fucking GOAT? Why you ain't diss me when I was in album mode? I announced I'm taking a break, you dissing?
The feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake reached new heights in 2024. It all began with Kendrick's provocative verse on Future and Metro Boomin's track Like That, where he aimed at both Drake and J. Cole. The hip-hop world was set ablaze. J. Cole was quick to respond with 7-minute drill, but the backlash was swift. Realizing his misstep, Cole apologized and removed the track from streaming platforms, setting the stage for Drake to step into the spotlight.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, right? Niggas wanna see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years.
Drake's first salvo came in the form of Push-Ups, a track that took direct shots at Kendrick's stature and questioned his authenticity. But Drake wasn't done. He followed up with Tailor-Made Freestyle, a controversial track that used AI-generated vocals of Tupac and Snoop Dogg to goad Kendrick into responding. The hip-hop community held its breath, waiting for Kendrick's rebuttal. And then, it happened. Euphoria dropped, and the internet exploded. Kendrick's response was a lyrical masterpiece that had fans and critics alike dissecting every bar, every reference, every subtle jab. Social media platforms were flooded with reactions, analyses, and heated debates. The track not only solidified Kendrick's position as a formidable force in hip-hop, but also reignited discussions about lyricism, authenticity, and the nature of rap beef in the digital age. As the dust settled, one thing was clear. Kendrick Lamar had once again proven why he's considered one of the greatest lyricists of his generation, leaving fans eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this epic rivalry. This track marked a significant moment in hip-hop, as Kendrick finally broke his silence with a meticulously crafted diss track. Euphoria is structured in 3 distinct parts, each featuring a progressively more aggressive beat. This structure cleverly references Kendrick's earlier line from Like That, where he mentioned 3 switches. As the track progresses, Kendrick's tone becomes increasingly hostile, mirroring the intensifying instrumentals. The song opens with a reversed sample stating, "Everything they say about me is true," setting a cryptic tone. This sample, taken from The Wiz, is believed to be a subtle jab at Drake's admiration for Michael Jackson, who starred in that film. Kendrick wastes no time in attacking Drake's image and authenticity. He refers to Drake as a degenerate and a master manipulator, questioning the sincerity of Drake's carefully cultivated public persona. Kendrick also addresses Drake's past as an actor on Degrassi, suggesting that Drake's current rap persona is just another act. Throughout the track, Kendrick weaves in complex wordplay and layered references. He criticizes Drake's relationship with black culture, implying that Drake profits from it without truly understanding or representing it. This critique is encapsulated in lines comparing FUBU to Tommy Hilfiger, brands with very different cultural connotations. Kendrick doesn't shy away from personal attacks either. He mocks Drake's fashion choices and his uses of slang, and even alludes to rumors about Drake's relationships with younger women. These personal jabs add a visceral edge to the already intense lyrical assault. As Euphoria progresses, Kendrick positions himself as the authentic voice of hip-hop, in stark contrast to what he portrays as Drake's manufactured image. He criticizes Drake's music as mere pacification compared to his thought-provoking work. The track concludes with Kendrick hinting at possessing damaging information about Drake, leaving a lingering threat in the air. This final warning adds an ominous tone to the end of the song, suggesting that this feud could escalate further. Euphoria was immediately dissected by fans and critics alike, sparking intense debates across social media. The track's complex layers of meaning, combined with its aggressive tone and strategic release, solidified Kendrick's position as a formidable force in this high-profile hip-hop rivalry. As the dust settled, it became clear that Euphoria had raised the stakes in this feud, leaving the hip-hop world eagerly anticipating Drake's next move. The chess match between Kendrick Lamar and Drake reached a fever pitch with the release of 616 in LA. This track, dropped on May 3, 2024, at precisely 6:16 a.m. Pacific Time, was a masterclass in strategic warfare, with Kendrick turning Drake's tactics against him. The title itself was a clever jab at Drake's famous timestamp song series, mimicking tracks like 9 a.m. in Dallas and 5 a.m. in Toronto. But Kendrick didn't stop there. He followed Drake's playbook of rapid-fire releases, a strategy Drake had used effectively in his 2015 beef with Meek Mill. In 616 in LA, Kendrick unleashed a barrage of lyrical attacks. He insinuated that members of Drake's OVO team were secretly working for him, rapping, "Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?" This line not only questions Drake's loyalty, but also hints at inside information, adding an element of paranoia to the feud. The track's production, co-handled by Jack Antonoff, was another strategic move. Antonoff, known for his work with Taylor Swift, was likely brought in as a response to Drake's tailor-made freestyle, where Drake had suggested that Kendrick's release schedule was being dictated by Swift. But the real masterstroke came in the aftermath. Drake, seemingly caught off guard by Kendrick's rapid response, released Family Matters along with a music video. The video included exact timestamps for each of Kendrick's previous responses, attempting to regain control of the narrative. However, Kendrick was ready. Just 57 minutes after Family Matters dropped, he released Meet the Grahams. This track, a direct response to Drake's latest offering, showcased Kendrick's preparedness and ability to adapt quickly. Meet the Grahams aimed at Drake's family, mirroring the personal nature of Family Matters. It was a bold move that left fans and critics alike in awe of Kendrick's quick thinking and lyrical prowess. This rapid exchange of tracks, with Kendrick matching and even outpacing Drake's releases, marked a significant shift in the power dynamics of the feud. Kendrick had not only adopted Drake's strategies, but had executed them with precision, leaving Drake scrambling to keep up. As the dust settled on this intense exchange, it became clear that Kendrick Lamar had elevated the art of rap beef to new heights. By using Drake's tactics against him, Kendrick had not only responded to the challenge, but had redefined the rules of engagement in hip-hop feuds.
Bruh! The fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is this nigga talking about? I was vibing. Drizzy responded. I'm cooling. Having a good time. I was about to go get the Henny. What the fuck did this Kendrick nigga drop and start talking about?
Following the release of Meet the Grahams, Kendrick Lamar wasted no time in delivering another blow. Just 24 hours later, on May 4, 2024, he dropped Not Like Us, produced by DJ Mustard.
Today?
A fucking den? Bruh. 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 It's like this nigga's in my chat. It's like he's watching my stream. It's like we can't even get a moment to like, yo, hey, now Drake dropped a good one here. I know we gonna get, he's dropping again. Bruh. Did this nigga make an album filled with diss songs? Bruh. What's up with this shit, dog? What in the fuck is going on?
This track further intensified the rivalry, making serious allegations against Drake and capturing public attention with its aggressive lyrics and controversial accusations. The impact of Not Like Us was immediate and profound. As of August 31st, 2024, the song has spent 15 weeks on the UK official singles chart, peaking at number 6. In the US, it returned to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for a second non-consecutive week in mid-July, driven by the release of its music video. The track has amassed over 70 million streams in a single week, setting a new record for R&B hip-hop songs since 2020. Moreover, Not Like Us has broken several streaming records on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. It became the fastest song to reach 100 million streams on Spotify, achieving this feat in just 8 days. On Apple Music, it set a new record for the most streamed song in a single day. Drake's response, The Heart Part 6, released on May 5, 2024, was met with widespread criticism. Fans and critics alike felt it lacked the impact needed to counter Kendrick's releases effectively.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
This reception marked a turning point in the feud, with many declaring Kendrick the victor. The track received an unprecedented amount of dislikes on YouTube, with the like-to-dislike ratio heavily skewed towards negative reactions. Several prominent hip-hop figures, including Joe Budden and Charlemagne the God, publicly criticized the track, calling it a misstep in Drake's career. The rivalry reached its climax with Kendrick's The Pop-Out concert on Juneteenth. This event, held at the Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles, featured a star-studded lineup of West Coast artists, including Meet the Whoops, The Kuzos, Dom Kennedy YG, Ty Dolla $ign, Roddy Ricch, and more. The concert solidified Kendrick's position as a leader in hip-hop culture. He performed Not Like Us 6 times during the show, emphasizing its significance. The concert was live-streamed globally and broke viewership records, with over 5 million concurrent viewers at its peak. It also trended worldwide on Twitter for 48 hours straight, generating over 10 million tweets. On July 4, 2024, Kendrick released the music video for Not Like Us, which quickly went viral. As of August 31, 2024, the video has garnered over 100 million views on YouTube, dominating the summer of 2024. The video, directed by Dave Free, features intricate symbolism and visual metaphors that fans have been dissecting for weeks. The song's impact extended beyond music charts. It sparked numerous think pieces and academic discussions about hip-hop culture, authenticity, and the role of competition in artistic expression. Several universities have even announced courses analyzing the lyrical content and cultural impact of the Kendrick-Drake feud. This series of strategic moves by Kendrick Lamar has not only solidified his position in this rivalry, but has also reaffirmed his status as a cultural icon. His approach, focusing on artistic integrity and cultural influence, has inspired a new generation of artists and redefined the boundaries of hip-hop. The aftermath of this feud has seen a surge in sales for Kendrick's entire discography. His previous albums have all re-entered the Billboard 200, with Good Kid, M.A.A.D City and To Pimp a Butterfly, both returning to the top 10. This resurgence has led to Kendrick breaking several streaming records, surpassing 60 billion total streams across all platforms. As we reflect on this iconic rivalry, it's clear that its impact extends far beyond the music industry. It has sparked conversations about race, authenticity, and the evolution of hip-hop culture. Kendrick Lamar's legacy, built on a foundation of artistic integrity and cultural influence, continues to inspire and challenge both artists and listeners alike. As we conclude this documentary on Kendrick Lamar, it's clear why we felt compelled to tell his story. Kendrick isn't just a rapper. He's a cultural icon whose impact extends far beyond the boundaries of Compton, the West Coast, or even hip-hop itself. Kendrick Lamar's importance to the culture cannot be overstated. He's a voice for the voiceless, a poet who articulates the struggles and triumphs of his community with unparalleled clarity and depth. His music serves as a bridge between generations, connecting the rich history of West Coast hip-hop with contemporary issues facing Black America. To Compton, Kendrick is more than a hometown hero. He's a symbol of hope and resilience, proving that one can rise above challenging circumstances without forgetting their roots. His success has put Compton back on the map, not as a place of violence and struggle, but as a cradle of artistic genius.
I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of the city of Compton. I'm proud of Compton College. Most importantly, I'm proud of the graduates out here, you know? That's right. I know what it takes. You know, y'all had a lot of hardship, not only in your house, in your communities, but most importantly, within yourself. And that's the toughest thing to overcome. And we still growing day by day, brick by brick, making sure that we develop not only in the physical form, but in the spiritual as well, you know? So seeing y'all out here is not only a representation of the world, but it's a representation of me. And when I walk out in these cities and these countries, I could be proud and say, this is where I'm from, you know? I still believe in Compton. Compton always been a future for me. I think we breed some of the most incredible individuals, creators, intellectuals, talent. We had it since day one. That's why I always screamed this city. I've traveled the world. There's no place like this one right here. No place. No place. And I still believe in everything that we're doing. Brick by brick, I still believe. It's time that we change the narratives. You know, some people tell us, you know, this generation, they don't have what it takes. Gen Z, we talk about it all day. They try to pull us down and say we don't know what we're doing. They wrong, though. You know why? Because not only y'all have what it takes, but y'all have something even bigger. Y'all have the heart. Y'all have the courage to be independent thinkers. Independent thinkers. There's nothing more valuable than that. Y'all can go out here and tell and express your thoughts and say it with conviction and passion and stand on it and be unapologetic about it. And somebody pull you to the side, you know what? You was wrong about that. And you could be like, I appreciate it, you know? Or they could say, I appreciate you for giving me the wisdom and the courage to be just as much as in depth and you know, strong with conviction about the message that you have. And it spreads not only between the person you're talking to, but subconsciously through kids that's younger than yourselves. And that's something I can always appreciate. This degree that y'all have right here is just as big as any degree. I don't care what school, I don't care what institution. Compton College, this Compton degree is just as big. Now it's all about taking these resources and taking what you learned and applying them. It's simple as that, and applying them. You go have hardships, you go have tribulations just as you had coming up here. But guess what? You got somebody special behind your corner and all around you, and that's God. Period. 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 Every step of the way, when you fall and you have your shortcomings, he's right there. When you have your victories, he's right there. Give yourself grace. Give yourself time to grow and appreciate it because he's growing with you. Every individual out here is experiencing a human life, a human experience, and God is experiencing it with you. So when you go through things, he's going with it. He's right there with you. He's talking to you. All you got to do is talk back. I walk on the beach every day, and I'm talking to God. I'm just talking. Like he the homie. I swear to God, I put that on my grandmama's grave. I talk to him. Next to me. Like the homie. Just like the people that you grow up with, I don't care if you got to curse, you got to cuss, you talk to him as if you know him since you was born, the way he knows you. It's the truth. It's the truth. So I want y'all to go out here, celebrate yourselves, enjoy yourself, but keep that spirit within you because it don't stop from here. It don't stop. I love y'all. And I hope we continue to spread this love out here. I appreciate y'all. My love.
In the broader context of hip-hop, Kendrick stands as a torchbearer for lyricism and conscious rap. He's pushed the boundaries of what's possible within the genre, blending complex wordplay with jazz, funk, and soul influences to create a sound that's uniquely his own. Many consider Kendrick a legend and the best rapper of his generation for good reason. His ability to craft cohesive, concept-driven albums, his fearlessness in addressing societal issues, and his technical skill as an MC set him apart from his peers. Albums like To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn aren't just collections of songs, they're cultural touchstones that will be studied and celebrated for years to come. As we look to the future, rumors of an upcoming album in 2024 have fans buzzing with anticipation. The snippet from the Not Like Us video has only fueled this excitement, leaving listeners hungry for more of Kendrick's insightful lyricism and innovative sound. If his past work is any indication, we can expect an album that not only pushes musical boundaries, but also provides a poignant commentary on our current social and political climate. Thank you for watching this documentary on Kendrick Lamar. His story is far from over, and we look forward to witnessing the next chapter in his remarkable career. To stay updated on future documentaries and in-depth analyses of influential artists like Kendrick, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Monvidia Capital. Your support allows us to continue bringing you high-quality content that explores the intersection of music, culture, and society. Remember, in the words of Kendrick himself, we gon' be all right. Until next time.